Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with a discussion video on Scorbunny, Grookey, and Sobble. Now, I wanted to talk about potential hidden abilities for the starters, and I'm just going to preface this with, obviously none of this is confirmed, none of this is all what I want. This is all my opinion. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that. And obviously I want to know your thoughts and what would you like to see. So obviously, whenever we get the starters, they always have Blaze, Torrent, and Overgrow, you know, the standard abilities. However, we usually get hidden abilities released a little bit later on in the year or early in the next year, and for some Pokemon, it's such a huge blessing, right? Blaziken got Speed Boost, Incineroar got Intimidate, Feraligatr got Sheer Force, Serperior got Contrary, right? So sometimes it's such a huge blessing and it turns a Pokemon that might not have been very good to something incredible, right? Incineroar shot up in ridiculous usage in VGC and even in like the NU tier for singles, Incineroar is very good. And then obviously you guys know Blaziken Uber in singles and whatnot. So I wanted to make some hidden abilities based on things that we have seen. So the first Pokemon I'll be talking about is Scorbunny. Now, I want to also say that these are hidden abilities that I'm going to potentially make up, at least for 2 out of 3 of them. They're hidden abilities that I'm going to make up, but I'll also talk about potential abilities that we already have that the Pokemon can get. So when I saw Scorbunny in the trailer, automatically I noted how fast it was, right? It was running. When it actually ran at that one point, that one screenshot with the grass, when it ran away, it was so fast that the ground was burnt and on fire, so it left some fire behind it. So automatically I thought, obviously speed boost, right? But as I mentioned, I don't want to give it abilities that we already have. I think that's not as fun. And I want to try and make some abilities. So for Scorbunny, I wanted to keep in mind that speed and the fire. So I thought of Talonflame. Talonflame has Gale Wings, and what Gale Wings does is it gives it +1 priority on flying type attacks. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to give Scorbunny a fire type Gale Wings. So, or some type of flame feet, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know about further names, but I'm just discussing what it would do. But basically, it gives it +1 priority on its fire type attacks. Now, this could be potentially broken, obviously, for the Pokemon, depending on its stat distribution, right? And of course, Scorbunny could end up being, in its final evolution, could end up being slow as hell. Like, I could get the Torracat to Incineroar treatment, where Torracat was base 90, and then on Incineroar, they just knocked off, what, 30 points or something like that? So, yeah, it could get that treatment. But I think it'd be pretty cool if it's a physically based Pokemon. I don't think that having +1 fire type priority will be broken, and I'll explain why. First off, Landorus has Intimidate, and Landorus is a very, very common Pokemon, obviously. And on top of that, there are quite a few things that also stop that. Tapu Lele's Psychic Terrain does stop priority as well, and I feel like we have a lot more stuff to check through physical Pokemon than we do more special. Now, if they do opt to make it specially based, and let's say by some miracle it does get this ability, I still think that'd be really cool. I could see it being potentially busted because it's a lot harder to check special moves that are coming at you, especially with priority, right? You can't just go into your Landers and try and buffer a Flare Blitz when a +1 Fire Blast, this is assuming it also gets Calm Mind or something like that, is coming at you, right? So this has potential to definitely be busted, however, not overly busted, as long as, this also depends on its secondary typing, right? Because I could see Pokemon like Toxapex, Tapu Fini, you know, just water types in the generation just hard walling it, right? So it'd be pretty interesting, I think, to say the least. I think it'd be really interesting and a unique fire type ability as well. I always wanted fire type priority in itself, but I think ability like that would be pretty cool. So kind of think about every single one of its attacks kind of have flame charge, or every single one of its fire type attacks kind of have flame charge added to it. So that was Scorbunny, right? I thought that would be a pretty cool ability for Scorbunny. And obviously, like I said, the normal ability would be something like Speed Boost if they wanted to give it something speed based. I'm still hoping for Fire/Electric or Fire Steel as its final evolution. Of course, that's just me personally. So next up, I want to talk about Grookey. Now, or Grookey, I forgot how it's pronounced. But for that Pokemon, you saw it in the trailer, like banging with its stick on a rock. And there's some stuff running around saying, oh, this is like a a drumming Pokemon, and some people are saying, oh, this is going to evolve into like something like Grookey, and then it's going to evolve. And again, this is just speculation. None of this is actual spoilers. It's just speculation. It's going to evolve into some type of drummer Pokemon. Last thing is going to be something, and I saw some memes with like Donkey Kong as well running around. But that did get me thinking, especially because, you know, rock and roll has such a big impact on that type of culture, right, where the game is based. And it would be pretty cool to have a sound-based monkey, right? And I even thought about, like, you know, Donkey Kong's final smash in Smash, where he was actually playing the bongos at a point and things like that. So I thought that like maybe a sound-based ability would be pretty cool. And this is assuming that the monkey is going to be grass/rock. This is something that I'm thinking about too, because, you know, rock and roll, and obviously it's grass because it's a grass starter, so they wouldn't, you know, deviate from its original typing. But assuming they do that, one of the real abilities that came to mind was Iron Fist, of course. I think Iron Fist is great on any physical type Pokemon, especially grass and fighting. Grass and rock, that'd be pretty cool. Excuse me, I didn't mean to do fighting. Grass and fighting. Sorry, because Iron Fist is a fighting type ability, right? So I keep saying that, but grass and rock would be pretty cool for it. And Iron Fist would have been pretty cool to give it some type of rock type attack boosted by Iron Fist, and give it some type of grass type punch boosted by Iron Fist, right? But that's if we stayed from the norm. So like I said, I would like it to have some type of sound-based abilities boosted by maybe 20%, like an expert belt boost, or 30%. I think 30% would be a little bit too much. So, but maybe we still have moves like analytic and stuff like that. But yeah, about a 20% boost I think would be a pretty cool and appropriate, and it could have some type of attack where it's actually like playing its stick on some type of rock or anything like that. I think that'd be pretty cool, and just boosting that. Maybe it could have either both. It could even have like Boom Burst in his move pool, right? And obviously it wouldn't be Stab because Boom Burst is a normal type attack, but it'd still be pretty cool. Boom Burst is incredibly strong, right? I believe it's 140 base power, so you add, you know, a 20% boost to that attack, even if it's not Stab, it's still doing a ton at neutral. That's really cool, especially because I love rock and grass offensively. Obviously, one thing that misses out is on the steel typing, right? One that comes to mind is the steel typing. So Boom Burst doesn't really help with that, but it'd still be a pretty cool overall coverage move. And obviously, I want to know your thoughts, right, on this type of thing as well. Now, last is Sobble. I'm gonna be honest, I had a lot of trouble thinking of an ability that would be pretty cool for Sobble that's new, right? When I saw Sobble in the trailer, it was camouflaged in the water. So two abilities that automatically came to mind, obviously that we already have, Protean and Color Change, they 100% came to mind. Adaptability also came to mind because of, first off, we do have already a water type adaptability. We have Crawdon, Corphish. I believe Scruff is also water poison prior to evolving into Dragalge, which is obviously dragon poison, which also has adaptability if I'm not mistaken. So it makes sense with their properties as well. And I think that it would make sense with Sobble as well, but I don't know if that'd be as fun. So I couldn't really think of an ability that might be outright amazing and competitive when it came to Sobble besides those, but obviously you guys can let me know what you think or what would be pretty cool. I was asking my friend CVV, and he was so he said give it some type of water ability that raises like the power of all beam type attacks, right, by 30% or 20%. So that'd be pretty cool because it would have like Ice Beam would essentially be boosted by it, and we don't know what its final evolution will be, so Ice Beam would be boosted by it. Another thing would be Bubble Beam. So that'd be interesting seeing Bubble Beam in competitive play, and Bubble Beam actually has, you know, a decent secondary effect. I believe Bubble Beam's secondary effect, I believe Bubble is accuracy and Bubble Beam is speed, if not mistaken. Let me just look this up real bit. Bubble Beam, because I know its secondary effect is where is it? Yeah, it lowers the target speed by 1 stage. It has a 30. Well, now it's a 10% chance. Wow, what the heck? Why'd they make Bubble Beam so bad? But yeah, that'd still be pretty cool, I think, boosting Bubble Beam to something like that. Obviously, I couldn't really figure out how it ties in with the Pokemon, which is why I think, you know, adaptability, Protean, and Color Change make a lot more sense. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. Again, speculation. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So let me know your thoughts down below. Goodbye, my friends.